Let's start with a red dot. Hello, America. Welcome back to a sweltering mid-sack on a wet my whistle weed Wednesday. The redoubtable one himself, Tom Izzo. The fixture is back, good and back. How was your dad, by the way?
Good
time?
Yeah.
Where was he flying in from? I didn't know he lived in a different...
Comes from Raleigh.
Raleigh, North Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Highlight of the dad weekend?
Yeah, what was the highlight of the weekend?
Bella's 17th birthday.
Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Happy belated birthday.
Damn.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's great.
17.
17.
Yeah.
17.
Yes.
Good job, sir. Good job.
Yes,
Congrats
good
to
job.
Bella.
Yes, tell her happy birthday. Belated birthday.
There you go.
Did you do something special or what?
Yeah. We did like a cake.
Is 17 bigger than 16? Or vice versa?
I don't really know. I think.
I always talk about sweet 16 like it means. I mean, I don't know what.
No, I think the whole thing is like, to be real honest, like, it's kind of like once they pass like that point where they're like not little anymore, or not like, you know what I mean, like
just like 11.
Those years kind of
11, 12.
Yeah.
Culturally, though, okay, so you talk to a Long Island Italian, Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Big deal.
Of course.
It's a big deal.
Talk to, I believe is it all Hispanic people that do the quinceanera, or is it only?
Oh yeah, I don't even know. I didn't even think about
Now that's 15.
15.
But that's like, and then you also have Jewish people who do the bar mitzvah.
That's 13.
Where they launched the girl into society.
and the boy.
Yep. And the swinging dicks arrived.
Is that 13?
I don't know. Don't.
But
Might be 13.
it's still like that. Like,
wasn't the boy like a
graduation
man
birthday.
in the? Is the boy who was like a man at 13? Whatever the hell it is.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
I know, I'm not Jewish, but anyway, the highly questionable one. Segment 1, IDD, for those of you who know, I don't disagree. We've been just going back and forth on a myriad of potential topics this evening. We can't land on one.
I've got an idea.
Oh, shit, here we go.
I've got an idea.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay? We each just go around with some opening thoughts. 30 to 60 seconds. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? What's on my mind? Coming into tonight's show. And
Who
then
wants
we go,
to go first?
Then we go from there.
You want to go left, right, left?
I mean, I don't mind going first.
That means you have something on
I do have something on my mind.
Okay.
I'm going to take a wild guess as to what it is.
Go figure.
Are you going to be able to do this in 30 to 60 seconds?
30 to 60 seconds. I might be able to do this in 15.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay?
Go ahead. Tom, what's on your mind?
Well, it's no secret, America. But
America?
Where's Verlander?
I'm a Mets fan.
Where's Verlander?
Verlander actually pitched a hell of a game.
No, I
last
mean,
night.
where's he going?
Oh, I don't know. No, they're not trading Verlander, I don't think. I don't think they can get anything for him. Okay, the reason I'm wearing my Mets jersey and drinking from my Mets cup is that tonight was the last stand. Okay?
You think so?
Yes. The Mets had to sweep the Yankees. We already discussed
Well,
it.
that's because you're convinced they can't take 4 in a row from the lowly Nationals.
No. That's because they didn't take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. They needed both
Red
the
Sox are
Yankees.
good.
I know. But the Mets needed those games.
They got one.
They lost
get
this
swept.
game at a bad defense, which is just disappointing.
Yeah. Because he pitched well.
Yeah, he
Tonight.
did.
Yeah.
He did. Better defense, and they would have been in this game 1-1 the whole way. But anyway, I mean, they had.
So you think it's over?
I think it's over.
It's over
They
right
made their last stand.
So RPI New York Mets 2023. You heard it here first. The redoubtable one.
But I did like hearing Justin Verlander say, I didn't sign a 1-year deal. He said that last night, and I appreciated it.
Yeah, he's like, please let me make both years of this money, please.
No, they were asking him about the trade deadline.
100.
If I'm going to be on this train wreck, I might as well get rich.
He wouldn't mind going to a World Series contender.
Yeah.
No, I know.
He's
but
going to
like,
get the money either way.
Yeah.
He's going to get the money either way.
He's getting the kind.
This isn't like the NFL where they can cut him and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd much rather be with the World Series team. But last night they asked
he's not
him.
an NFL running back.
Last
He's a
night they
starting
asked
pitcher.
him. They were like,
He's an ace.
last night they asked him.
Jeez.
Well,
That's awful.
that would be a stretch.
Historically speaking.
Last night they asked him, "Are you thinking about the trade deadline?" And he's like, "No, I'm here to win with the New York Mets." He was like, "I didn't sign a 1-year deal,"
Well, there you go. That's
and I
nice.
like that.
And then he went out and pitched well tonight.
Well, no, that was after pitching well last night.
Oh, listen, I'm sorry.
Quintana pitched tonight, and defense was sloppy, cost him the game.
But they were in the game again.
They were.
They had a chance to win it.
And they hit a lot of hard balls, 105 miles an hour and higher, with runners in scoring position, but they were right at people. So it wasn't a terrible game offensively. It was bad defense, and it's sad when you lose in baseball because of bad defense. So I'd like to say thank you to the New York Mets for wrapping it up early. I can have a less stressful summer.
Well, now you can focus on the draft.
Yep, and I can
Focus
start
on
to look
football.
at training
Fantasy
camp,
football. Get ready for the
fantasy
draft.
football. I can start researching.
Start researching.
Okay, maybe that's what we can talk about. No, fantasy football talk's terrible.
I'm glad-
Sorry, that's more than 30 seconds.
You think?
It was
I told you he couldn't do this.
It was a pleasure watching you, Mets. We'll see you next year.
All right. Well, I have mine,
Go ahead.
and it came right off of Tommy's
Okay,
ending.
go ahead.
So this year in my
Joe,
so
what are your thoughts tonight? What are you concerned?
I played a
Thanks for asking.
yeah. It was very like
Thoughtful.
yeah, inquisitive.
What are you
The
concerned?
man's locked
Yeah.
in.
You want to know my true
I do. I
the
wanna know.
essence of
I wanna know.
of the fixture here.
I want to.
No. So I had a tough question. I don't know if do y'all play fantasy? I know you're not. You're like that fantasy talk is horrible.
Fantasy football. Yeah.
I play in a keeper league.
Okay.
I get to keep 2 players.
Any two you want, or just?
No, they have to be on the end of the season roster.
Okay.
I have Justin Jefferson, Travis Kelce, and Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, you got to drop one of them.
McCaffrey.
I can only
McCaffrey.
keep 2.
Get McCaffrey
McCaffrey.
out.
You all are saying McCaffrey. Okay,
Easy.
so I went to Fantasy Pros because I always use Fantasy Pros.
They
I'm
said
like,
Kelsey.
they said Kelce. They said keep
'Cause he's
McCaffrey.
old. Because he's old. So is McCaffrey, though.
So in running back years, yeah, right. Like I mean, him and Kelce
You
might
know-
be in the same spot.
Funny about McCaffrey, we think he's constantly injured. The fact is, in 6 years, he's played 4 full seasons out of 6.
Well, they also have.
What were they like spread out so it
No,
felt like
16, 16, 16. First 3 didn't miss a game.
Okay.
Then he got hurt.
Okay.
Okay. Then he got hurt the next. He played 3 games one year. Then he played 7 the next. And then last year he played all
played the whole-
17.
yeah.
And he's
So
highest
4
paid
out of
back in the
6.
league, right?
Yeah.
What's
Also
that?
highest paid back in the
And
league.
he's a dual threat. He's a 3 down back.
Well, that's kind of like Saquon. But
Yeah, same as
he's-
Saquon
But
in the
everybody
same.
calls him injury prone.
He played 4 full seasons.
Who?
Did Saquon play 4 full seasons?
I think he played 3 out of 4.
They're a little different age.
I think he played 3 out of 4.
What, McCaffrey's older?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said I think he's got more mileage. Like,
So,
he has
okay.
mileage.
Oh, he does.
So back to the conundrum.
Anyway, conundrum.
And I'll tell you what I
So
did.
Kelsey or
Jefferson or McCaffrey.
you're not dropping Jefferson.
No way.
No,
I've
that's-
already done it.
Oh,
But
you
I
already
wanted
made
to-
your
I wanted to
decision?
hear what you all said.
You didn't drop Jefferson.
I want to hear what you all said.
Don't drop Jefferson. That's what I'm saying.
I've already done it.
You
But
dropped
I-
Jefferson.
No, I didn't
No, he
drop
dropped
Jefferson.
McCaffrey.
Can't be that stupid.
He dropped
You dropped
McCaffrey.
Jefferson.
He dropped McCaffrey.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I dropped McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
But like when I fantasy pro'd it, it had me second guessing. But I was like, all right,
Kelsey may be older, but from a touches perspective,
he's going to catch
yes.
the ball. And the other thing is, how many times have you seen Travis Kelce really get hit?
He doesn't block. He's just a pass catcher.
Yeah.
Right. So
And
I'm
if he
okay
gets
with that.
targeted, you think about it, McCaffrey is
he's
touching the
fast.
ball 25 to 35 times a game on average.
Right, and he's not tearing his.
And with Kelsey, it's maybe 10 to 15.
He's not tearing his
targets.
hamstring or ACL running a 40 either.
No.
So
But I think in the Niners' case, he'll last long because the Niners have more weapons. In Carolina, it was him and that was it.
oh, you mean
That's
McCaffrey?
true.
Yeah, McCaffrey has. He's not going to touch the ball as much.
That's
'cause
the
you
other
got
thing. The other guy behind
guys.
him's not bad.
Yeah,
Elijah
look at
Mitchell's
this.
not bad.
Saquon played 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons.
Yeah, but
And there was
full.
full. And there was one where he only had 19 attempts.
19 attempts.
That was where he got injured, like first game.
Oh, I got you.
The year after that, he had 162 attempts. So maybe he missed.
Yeah, he
few
missed a
games
lot of
that
time.
year.
No,
Couldn't have
because
played the whole season.
he
He
had
got
300 and something touches this year. I
But
don't know if it was
that was
rushing
by
attempts,
far his most.
but it only
Does it
caught
show the
57
games
balls,
played?
so he
Like,
carried the
scroll
ball
over. It should say
300
games
times.
played, number of games played each
Let
season.
me go to a different.
His phone. He always finds the stats, and you can't.
You can't like go. You can't dispute him because you can't actually ever find him.
There's
again.
something wrong with that.
Tommy's like, yeah,
Not true.
100%
Whatever
of the
stat
time.
he's looking for, he's almost
Okay.
guaranteed not
Okay.
to find it.
So here we go.
Okay.
16, 13,
13.
2, 13, 16.
So he played 2 full seasons. 16 and 16 is 2
Okay,
full seasons.
13
That's
for a
not a-
running back.
That's not. You said full season.
But that's not like injury prone to miss 3 games as a
Okay,
running
okay.
back.
I think we.
Okay. 16, 16, 16, and 17 versus
No,
16,
no.
13, 13.
All right.
No, I'm
Wait,
not
wait, wait,
saying
wait,
I'm
we
not
got-
saying McCaffrey is. I'm saying I think Saquon gets a bad rap too. Because 16, 13, then you got injured, you only played 2 games.
Yeah.
Then coming off 13, 16. I mean, that's not
right.
injury prone, is it?
So
That's one ACL injury
I
that
think.
impacted this
I
second
think
season.
it's harsh. He's getting a bad break.
He is.
But
similar to what you were
he's-
saying about
he's-
McCaffrey.
I think McCaffrey.
But
is more-
McCaffrey
at least
is-
at this point,
All
has
right.
been more durable. That's
so
right.
let's
You're right.
let's
I'm
get
not
let's get
arguing.
RJ's 30 to 60 seconds, which will last who knows how long.
No, very quickly.
What's on his mind?
Patrice Bergeron retired officially today. I'm going to miss him. He was my second favorite athlete of that era. It was Brady, him, and then David Ortiz. He retires as NHL record holder. 6 Selke Awards for the best defensive forward in the league. 6 Selke Awards. That is an NHL record. And here's the thing. The NHL has been around since 1917. Only 97 players have 1,000 points or more in the 106-year history of the sport. Mr. Bergeron, who's known as a defensive guy, is number 79 on that list with 1,040 points. So he was arguably the best two-way forward of his generation. So, Mr. Bergeron, I'm going to miss you. Your jersey will be hanging up there in the middle when we do our next show in tribute. And thank you for 19 great seasons and a Stanley Cup. Thank you. Boom.
Crushed it.
So now where do we go?
Well, we hadn't really thought it through, America.
So I do have.
Will you be on our fantasy?
Well,
will you be in our fantasy?
Real quick.
$30.
For those of you who have a conscience, we are at halftime of the World Cup. USA trailing the Netherlands, their rival, who they beat in 2018, 1-0. It's a Donnie. I read something today about a guy who was blasting Rapinoe about all her political views because she took a stance for women, God forbid.
It doesn't even matter.
And I know he's hoping they lose.
Who was saying that?
This radio guy from Virginia, this redneck, is like, yeah, I hope they lose. Well, so they go back with their tail between their legs. I'm like, so let me get this straight. She shouldn't speak about she's lesbian. She shouldn't speak to those things as a profession. She has a platform.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I'm like, what a dick. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, well, I hope they lose. I'm like, oh, so who's being more un-American right now? Because a woman, a lesbian, stands up for gay rights. She should be silenced.
I think it's more than that. It
is more than that. That was
a
the big
thing. She also
thing.
stood up for equal pay.
Oh, damn it, that bitch. How dare you?
Equal pay.
What do you think you are? Equal?
That must be what he was really mad
Actually,
about.
that is one thing that we can talk about. Yeah. Equal pay is kind of a sham in men and women's soccer because the women should earn more than the men. They're just better, and more people in America
they're better in this country, but around the world.
And more, yes, we're the best. We're 3 in a row.
I'm saying the women are better than the men in this country, but in other countries, are all the women all better than the men in those countries?
No, it's the opposite. But what I'm saying is we have the best women's team in the world, and
right now we don't.
And more people probably tune in to watch them than the men.
Did you watch that game the other night?
Yeah. They deserve more money.
Did you watch that game the other night when they beat Vietnam?
Yes, it was awful.
What can you answer me a question because you're a soccer guy? So, the girl who ended up scoring 2 goals in it, Smith is her name. Mm-hmm. She's like this is her first World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you answer me a question why a girl who's on that level, that talented, for some reason on the left side of the field can't kick the ball with her left foot? Because in 90 minutes, I never saw her do it once, and I watched the whole fucking game. She had the ball on the left side, and she could have beat them to the corner, and she kept turning back into her right, back into traffic.
You wanted an earlier cross.
I'm just trying to figure out why she couldn't put the ball on her left foot when she had the angle to at least put it in cross, and why she didn't do that one time in the whole freaking game.
No. I
don't get it. I thought that's what I was asking you, because you know this shit.
I think that the one thing I looked or thought of when I watched it was like we played really slow. And it wasn't like we were connected.
I mean, they were no threat on offense whatsoever. They got like one shot the whole game, if that. If that. They had one shot on goal in 90 minutes.
Yeah, you're not worried about Vietnam scoring.
You mean Vietnam.
Yeah, the USA was shooting them all over the place, but they kept missing the net. Yeah. It was ridiculous. And Alex Morgan getting stonewalled on a freaking penalty kick? She's like a 95%, whatever it was.
Well, but you also have to remember that even if they lose this game, they can still come through.
Well, they can still get in. No, this doesn't destroy them.
So the thing about this is this is a close game. Mm-hmm. Okay, like I'll feel better about it because I wasn't really sure how we were going to do because I know Netherlands really wanted a piece of us.
But back to the equal pay thing, I want to ask.
And it was close. Yeah.
So if what you're saying is true, why is the argument always? Because I know the argument with the WNBA is like, well, their teams don't earn the same amount of money that the men's team.
Right.
So is that even with the women being more popular, do men make more money in terms of?
Well, now the one big thing now is you have to remember it's like we're not trying to sell out stadiums with any of these folks, right? We're talking about national teams. So the stadiums where they play in aren't always normally here.
Do you want the truth?
So the real deal for those athletes is TV rights. It's how much is somebody paying to watch them on TV. So
that's what I'm talking
between
about.
the U.S. women and the U.S. men, like which one's the bigger draw? Because it's not like you're making money off them in the stands.
Alex Morgan, by the way,
makes $7.1
million a year.
Makes what?
Alex Morgan makes $7.1 million a year. She's the highest paid women's player in the world.
Yeah.
$7.1 million.
Where's lucky number 13?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
But
She wears 13.
she was
It's not normally a lucky number.
She had the assistant.
She made it lucky.
So are you saying on TV
No, I'm
people
saying
pay more to watch the men?
no. I'm saying that the women probably have just
I
as many
think
views,
women's
if
soccer
not
is the
more
one
views than the men
sport
are
where women
close.
get.
They
So,
should
so
get-
you're saying women's soccer generates more revenue than men's soccer?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I would like to see
Because
what that
that's
looks
always
like.
the
I don't
argument,
know what that
right?
looks like. I would think in this case it could be close. Maybe I'm wrong or crazy.
I don't know.
The problem is, I just sent it to you. It's on the phone. It's on our joint text.
What is it?
That video will tell you exactly why there's a problem, because this is what people think, and that will pretty much
Can't
answer
just
your
say it.
question. And when you see it, I think you should watch it. It's on the text.
Women 0, boys 7. What?
Yeah, hit on that. Just hit that.
Wouldn't be winning the way that they
And just hold on. Shh. Watch that.
Don Lemon?
As she shouldn't go elegant about it. You need to be paid because you command the same respect. The game is just as good.
I've got a solution. Why don't you combine, just solve the problem? I'm sure the men would be all for this. The men and women play together. And then
And watch this.
I've seen this guy. I hate watching that.
I
Now
know,
keep
I
going.
know.
There's other ones. Let it
But
go.
that's not
Just let
even
it
the
go.
point.
That's
because
not the point.
That's
Let
not
it
how
go.
we're. That's not.
I'm saying the reason
that's
one of
such a
these problems they don't
stupid-ass
get paid is because people
It's
look at
just so
them
stupid.
sports and it's men and then women. That's it. It's a pecking order.
Nah, that argument is.
No, it's right there in front of you on the camera. I'm not
I
making
know
the
it's
argument.
there. I'm
That's
just-
how people think.
I'm just saying it's a shit argument.
Well, that's how people think in this country.
Well, I'm
That's the
telling you,
problem.
they got shit brains.
Not
then.
everybody thinks like that.
No,
Yeah.
well, it must be the majority because they can't get the money.
But for me, my question is, if
Nothing.
women's soccer is more important, I mean,
It is more important. I mean, they've won World Cups.
right. If women's soccer is more popular, more important,
Yeah.
is it generating more money in this country than
I mean,
men's soccer?
let's just look that up, dude. Does the U.S. women's national team generate more money than the men's
Look that up. We have
national
technology. Don't let him do it. We'll never find it. You do it.
team? Oh yeah. Plus,
You do it.
plus it's not even verifiable on his phone, right?
See, his phone's orange. He's still in Mets mode.
Yeah.
You gotta get a blue color for the G-men, so you can know you're up to current. A little Saquon, a little 21 on the back.
I mean, I feel like I know the
Or is he
answer to
26?
this question.
I feel like it's the men's,
Men's
team.
sports
Yeah.
always earn
But-
more.
Yeah.
I wanna
Now, a
know.
lot of that has to do with the fact that men have been allowed to play sports for a lot longer. Okay, and I think that really does have something to do with it, and I think that is why the NBA takes a loss on the WNBA but keeps it going, because it needs to continue to be grown.
Well, I
But-
think at the end of the day, like I think anytime you talk about changing pay, it's really commensurate to like my ability, what I'm being paid, how and so I think it's
all about the
a good
wealth
argument.
generated by the person's work.
It is.
If an NFL player
It's really
is on
two-sided, right?
If NFL players are on the field generating billions of dollars, they deserve to be paid like a portion of that $1 billion or billions of dollars. And whatever money women are generating, they deserve a portion of that, right? Isn't that how it should work? I mean, I guess the problem with that is the equity, that women can't really get back from being held down for so long. Right now I'm talking to myself, but it's okay.
No, I agree with you that the men are established.
It's been
Here-
established,
here's-
and women were held down.
Here's the quote.
That's part of it.
That is part of
That's
it.
part of it.
All right, here's
Dude,
the quote.
You can't say that's not a big part of it.
I said that's part of it.
Here's the
Now,
quote. Are you
I'd say it was
ready?
10% of it. I said
Right.
it's
So
part of it.
here's the quote, and here's how it's supported. The U.S. women's national team is the number one in the world and contributes higher revenues for U.S. soccer than the men's team.
So
but
they
there's
deserve to be
but they
paid
still
better.
paid a fraction of what men earn. Women deserve equal pay for equal or better work in offices, factories. So that's Elizabeth.
soccer
That's
players,
Elizabeth. That's Elizabeth Warren. So that's a political person.
I know who she is. She's from Massachusetts.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like it's a political point of view. So it's like
So you
this
don't even
is-
know if what she said is true, basically.
Right. So so this
Can
is
you
the next
Google
part
this?
of it.
Leave her out of it.
You Googled.
Just Google
You
it.
Googled.
So we
what they
found
are,
evidence
and you pulled
supporting
up
the
Elizabeth
team.
Warren.
Wait a minute. No,
Give me
we-
numbers.
We found evidence supporting the team's case. The most of the experts we contacted for the fact check considered Warren's tweet to be well grounded. So
that's not a stat of the.
that's
earnings.
not the actual stat. I would like to
wanna
know
see
the
the
number.
earnings.
Yeah.
I would argue the women's soccer team deserves absolutely more than the men do when it comes to soccer.
Yes.
When it comes to everything else,
Well, I don't know about that. If they have
women's basketball.
higher TV,
men.
I don't know
Women's
about that.
tennis is
Women's-
very good.
I love
Women's
women's
tennis
tennis.
is
Yeah,
good.
women's tennis.
Dude, but
and
like,
what's the person
but for me,
Wimbledon?
it was when
Is it-
Serena and Venus and Sharapova, and I mean, women's tennis was pretty amazing for a long
Steffi
time.
Graf,
Steffi Graf.
Yeah.
Tina
Who was the one that got? Who was the one that
Navratilova,
got stabbed? Monica
Marcus
Seles?
Sellis. She was now. Yeah,
Who's
she
the
was
one
good.
that got stabbed?
She got
That was
stabbed
rough
on the
by
court.
some weird
Some
dude.
Yeah.
wacko.
Some Steffi Graf lover dude.
Some fucking
Yeah.
weirdo.
Yeah, that
Steffi
was
Graf
weird.
was amazing.
Yep.
So,
So, anyways, so my argument is.
no, I think
guess-
the women's soccer team has a point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No doubt, if they're generating
No.
more, so if you're
The numbers
able to
don't lie.
sell more advertising to put their game on, why aren't they making more money? That's
Put it this way, America, I would rather turn on the women's soccer team than the men's for one simple reason. They have a chance to win.
And they're good.
Because they
They're
have a
good.
chance to win because they got the best women's athletes are playing
the men
for the most
are
part
kid-
soccer.
are-
The best men's athletes in this country aren't playing soccer. That's
The
a
men,
fact.
the men are
They're
getting
not.
better. We are
nowhere to go but
starting
up.
Well, that's not true either. I mean, we finished like 8th or something at the last World Cup. So
Didn't they get,
women's.
no, they got to the medal round, but they lost. Who did they lose to?
No,
Who
they
did-
could go down. They got beat by a good team.
They got to the medal round, right? Didn't they get to the qual to the 16?
quarters. Did they get their quarters?
They
Or
lost
16?
in the very first
The
game.
very first game, yeah.
Yeah.
Who the hell
They
was
lost
that
2-0.
team?
They couldn't score.
Either way,
England.
we're in the top.
Now they played England in the first
Oh,
one.
that's right.
We're in the top 15. We've been there before. We're there again. I think it's
So
like how do you build?
Boring.
How do you build?
Boring.
We've got young talent.
Boring.
Got
The
young-
women, number one. Thank you. Thank you, mate.
Right. Never mind. We do have young talent. It's
just
pretty
being-
cool.
I'm sorry, I
On the
wasn't
men's
tr-
side,
I wasn't trying to shit on the men. I was just
I know you weren't
doing a funny voice.
I know you were. But I'm
Most
just
of the
saying,
time,
like,
they don't need your help. They're doing it to themselves.
yeah, and they have been. They're tough to watch. I mean,
They're
like,
tough.
Did you see that?
They kind of play
I'm not
like
gonna-
Vietnam.
I'm not going to say this because I don't even know if it's true.
Well, they're tough to watch. It's
They're
hard to
tough to
watch,
watch.
the U.S. men's team
The
because
U.S. men's team is tough to watch.
you never know. Like,
It's like watching the fucking Mets.
you get excited and you're like, yes, we beat Mexico. Then you're like, oh,
We always beat
we
Mexico.
it's like
lost.
watching the Mets.
But then you watch the next game and you're like, we lose to like Panama or Costa Rica, and you're like, Panama and Costa Rica don't have that many people in their
Oh
country.
yeah, didn't they just lose to Costa Rica?
Yeah, I mean, there's
no?
stuff like that.
Panama.
Yeah. Panama.
Panama knocked them out. Yeah, like, are you kidding me?
But it's stuff like that. Like you beat a team like Mexico, and then you turn around and like Panama. sucks
They're
at you.
inconsistent, to say the least.
Well,
They're,
so
the,
is
Mets. They're the Mets.
yeah. It just shows you we have quality. We're getting better. We don't have enough quality. There's not enough quality players in that team.
They're not best athletes in this country that are men are not playing soccer.
We do now have lots of players in Europe's top leagues, which has not happened.
Imagine if Shaq was a goalie.
Shaq, I was thinking about.
Imagine
Well,
if
you
Shaq-
know who was a
Can you
goalie?
imagine?
Akeem Olajuwon.
Oh, Akeem.
Imagine
Akeem
Allen
was a
Iverson.
goalie.
Remember how fast Allen
No, but you
Iverson
wouldn't want him
was?
as a goalie.
Yeah,
No, you want him as a
6'1",
striker.
6'2". I take him as a
No, but
as a goalie, too.
how
Yeah, but he's
fast he
fast.
was. You want him up front,
Dude, you put an NBA big man as a
Yeah,
goalie.
any one of them are agile. By the way, Akeem Olajuwon, soccer player, great soccer player.
I'm saying
by
he was
the
a
way.
goalie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
just
a
said
goalie.
he was a goalie.
Yeah, he was amazing. Yeah, I mean, look, I agree with you that the women soccer players definitely have an argument.
Yeah, so I'm saying like Raponi has all that going for
Raponi?
her. Yeah.
Rapinoe.
Rapino.
Is it
Rapinoe?
Rapino?
Yeah.
Rapino.
I don't know.
Rapinoe.
I always get it wrong.
Maybe
I'll
it's
get it wrong no matter what I do.
I like Raponi's nice.
Raponi.
Raponi?
Raponi's like
Raponi's nice. That's like her Italian name.
Yeah, that's right. That's the Italian version.
Rapino might be. No, OE doesn't seem Italian.
Rapinoe.
I think
Well, it
like
ends in a
there's-
vowel.
somebody's a
I
bar
know, but it
owner.
ends in OE.
Somebody in her
I know.
family's a bar owner. I think in Philly. I might have it wrong, but
Really?
Really?
yeah, like her brother or something maybe.
shit.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Don't quote me, America.
Dude, in this heat, really?
I think I'm safe. Oh,
Come on, man.
You think it's bad for you?
sticking
It's
to
gonna
the,
be.
It's sticking to the walls
I'm worried
right now.
about the chair.
Dude, I'm fresh.
Oh,
Like $1 million.
wet wipes.
Anyway, America.
Wet wipes. Disgusting. These two absolutely disgusting.
Thundercrack has arrived.
He's always been
He's
here.
always been well.
That was weird.
Oh, okay. So
So-
here, I got a tweet that I want to read to y'all.
Okay.
That
This
could
is
be a
it?
segment where we go through and read tweets.
Oh, this is
So
it.
RG triple hockey stick, Robert Griffin III.
Just say that.
Just say that.
RG3. or-
RG triple hockey stick.
Calm down. I know you're all like, I've never heard anybody do that. Like, what, an HE double hockey stick. What were the hockey sticks?
Triple hockey stick.
Oh no, but that makes no sense because if you
football
said the
player.
same thing for RG3,
RGL. All right, so this is what Robert Griffin III said.
About Aaron Rodgers?
The Jets players are gonna play their mother fudging asses off for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh god.
The man voluntarily took a $35 million pay cut so his team
BS.
could have the flexibility to keep the current talent around him and acquire more over the next 2 years. Otherworldly, team-friendly deal.
No.
RG triple hockeys.
You know how many millions
RG
Tom Brady
old.
left on the table in New England? Millions. Hundreds of millions.
Never once a $35 million.
Tom Brady was
All
never
right.
Tom Brady was never paid
Listen.
his worth.
No doubt.
Never.
Aaron
But
Rodgers.
Kraft also had.
That's about sticking it
Had
to.
the ownership
That's about
deals,
sticking
yeah.
it to Green
Tom Brady
Bay.
allowed this.
That's
that
about
to
You
happen.
think so?
Yeah.
I think part of it is like he could have done it in Green Bay
Right.
and kept Devontae Adams.
Monty Adams didn't want to play with him.
That's true.
They had the money to keep him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
He got tired of Aaron Zach too.
Aaron could have done that in Green Bay and kept him.
What
right?
does that say to you when your number one receiver? You got Aaron Rodgers' resume, and your number one receiver who leaves doesn't want to deal with you anymore.
We'll still get
That's
16,
a- that's
still
a-
get 1,600 yards.
That's a
in
telling.
Las Vegas.
Isn't that a telling story though?
How do you catch 1,600 yards worth of balls for the
saying,
Raiders? I mean,
If you
who was
know
their
that,
quarterback?
and you're his number one, he's your guy. You're his guy, and you still leave.
But I'm saying that's how good Devontae is.
No, but I'm saying he didn't want to deal with him anymore.
Okay, well he's good, double good.
I mean, that's
Good on him for getting out.
What does that
and
say
good
about
on
Aaron
him for
Rodgers' character?
Throwing down.
When money's not even the issue.
Aaron Rodgers is a bum.
He is a bum.
He's
I've
a
been
weird
saying that
one.
forever.
He's a
Have you
weird
actually
one.
watched the show?
He's
Yeah,
a
I've been saying
weird
it
one.
forever. Oh my God, Aaron Rodgers! I can't stand Aaron Rodgers.
Like,
I hope
he's
he
one-
falls flat on his face.
He's one dark room trip away from changing his mind again. Like that's it.
Could be right.
He's one no left tackle away.
Yeah, that's.
I'd like to see it work. I know y'all hate on him. I don't
You've got
really.
Jets fans in your family. I get you. They've
Well,
been
I mean-
suffering for
And-
59
wait, can I
years.
ask you-
I
I
get you.
get that Aaron Rodgers is a douche. I mean, he's proven that over and over
Aren't-
again.
aren't most
He's a
people-
douche.
I love the way you
Okay.
say. I mean, I get that Aaron Rodgers is a douche, America.
I do.
But my family trumps douche.
No, I'm just saying. It's like, dude, the Jets have been tortured for ages.
You
I
tell me
wouldn't
this
mind
douchebag deserves to win a Super Bowl?
Not him. I'm talking about the Jets and their fans. Fuck him.
I think they went the wrong way with this.
You know what? I
No,
think.
that could happen.
I have
That
a
could
question for you.
Yeah.
Most people are Mets Jets.
Tie score. USA
Giants.
tied it up. 1-1.
Here we go.
We got a show. All right, we got a Donnie in the book. Got a Donnie down under. It's a down under
Put
Donnie.
it on.
Where?
I
How?
don't know. Hulu. What do you mean how?
All right.
You're
So,
not putting it on.
so back to my
I
question.
mean, we get to keep the sound off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Most people are Mets Jets,
Yeah.
right? Or Giants Yankees,
Yeah.
right? How did you end up Mets Giants?
It's a good question. So, me and my dad didn't watch that much football when I was young.
Yeah.
My dad, big Mets Jets fan. But
Yeah.
the Jets were always so bad
They're awful.
in the 90s
Was Kotite? Was Kotite bad there too?
and the 80s. I don't know.
He was bad for Philadelphia.
So my dad actually was a big Dan Marino fan. He always liked Dan Marino when I was a kid. Because the
Okay.
Jets sucked, so he had nothing to root for there, really. But then every time the Jets were near the playoffs, you know,
Ken O'Brien.
he would watch. He would watch.
Move your
them.
drink.
But then, so I didn't really get into watching NFL football hardcore until I was like 19.
Okay.
And
And then you were like
and
Giants. Huh?
The Giants. It was right
They were
around. The,
good?
it was right around the year 2000. They were in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And then,
So you're really like your first favorite Giants team is really Eli teams. They're not
Yes.
Phil Simms or Jeff Hostetler's.
no,
or
like I watched those Super Bowl
Parcells
games.
guys, yeah.
I watched those games. But yeah,
LT.
what?
Man, how could you not be a fan of that guy?
Who?
LT, you're a Giants fan.
I didn't watch him. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't.
How did your
watching
dad not watch him?
him. My dad
Your
wasn't.
dad's a weird dude, man.
My dad was bigger into baseball.
Greatest defensive player maybe ever.
He was a Jets fan, and he was more of a Mets fan than anything.
Yeah, Jets and Mets fan.
And he was a big Knicks fan. So he was big Jets.
So you like Bernard King, right?
Yes. Okay. He likes all those guys.
So question like now that there's 3 teams, are you like does that also extend to Brooklyn somehow? If you're like
No.
Jets, Mets, Knicks.
Everybody's Knicks. In New
Okay,
York.
Knicks is everybody. Okay,
Because
all right.
the
That makes
Brooklyn
sense.
is Jersey.
Always it used to be
Because they were the
but
New
now it's
Jersey
Brooklyn.
Nets.
They moved over,
so,
right?
So there wasn't 2 basketball teams in New York. So
Right.
if you were from New York, at least,
Yeah.
not too close to Jersey, you were, because there are probably some New Yorkers that are Nets fans.
But it's weird having a New Jersey team because like you also have the Sixers.
Yeah.
So the New Jersey team,
But also both the New
they're
York
all
football
Sixers.
teams play in Jersey,
right?
which is weird. So Jersey has Eagles fans, Giants fans,
Yeah.
Cowboys fans, because they're
What?
fucking all over the Northeast. They're all over the Northeast.
Yeah, I don't
Especially
see that
like
many. I mean, the Cowboys
50s and
they
60s.
are a national brand. Like yes,
50s and
There's not a lot of
60s.
Cowboys
Look,
fans in New
in the
England.
50s and
No,
60s,
no,
very few
50s and
for opportunity.
60s, the
That's a
Jets
that's a
stunk.
blessing.
There's more Steelers fans than Cowboys.
50s and 60s, the New York team sucked,
yeah.
I think. And that's why,
Well,
Everybody-
the Jets won their only Super Bowl then
that's true, 69.
with the big
But that was like,
Namath.
guaranteed.
Mr. Namath, guaranteed.
but leading into that, so I have uncles up there that are Cowboys fans. Oh, that's a goal.
Alex!
More
Alex!
lucky
7.1 million America. And
Was
she's
that a lefty? Did she kick with her left foot?
yes, she did. Alex is the best. I love Alex. Watch this, dude. Great pass,
like
too, by the way.
Carly
This is a hell of a pass.
Oh, man, she was getting bumped.
Look at this pass. Look where she puts this.
Ooh, they're going
Ooh,
to
she's
No,
might
no,
be-
her foot's back.
No, but it's her shoulders out. Let's see what they call
Right,
it.
but it's
All right, is it being
any part of your body.
But
can
is it
be
being
back.
reviewed? That's the question.
Doesn't
yeah.
appear to be.
Hold on, see if it's reviewed.
Yeah. They're
They call
calling.
it back?
Yeah, because it would have been 2-1, right? Or
Yeah,
no?
it would have been 2-1.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fuck that.
That's why I hate soccer.
So no part of your body can be passed
Well, it
because
can't be
her
like
foot
your
was behind.
your shoulder. It can be like your shoulder, like
Okay.
You can't even use your shoulder.
I think
Who gives
even
a
your
shit about
hand
your
is in
shoulder?
there.
The
It's the
foot I
same
get.
bullshit they call in hockey that I can't stand.
Well, yeah, you can't have a pass over 2 lines and all that.
And now
Is
it's
that what it is?
Yeah, you can't
now
have a
the
pass
thing
over 2
now
blue
the thing
lines.
that's super weird about this too is like it's reviewable. And they got this.
They
A
never
lot of times they
reviewed
have
it.
this. They have this technology that shows like
can
this
see it.
line, and
Yeah,
you're
right.
like, okay, like
Is
they
that
should,
straight?
For me,
I don't know, America. That's a suspect one.
For me, like
I want to see the replay.
for
did.
me, like if any part is touching,
want
you
them to-
should be on, or like there should be a
Well, that's
window.
Well, the
when
thing
you-
about hockey is if
Yeah.
you got 1 foot on the blue line, you're onside.
Well, that's like
Yeah.
if you're throwing as a quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. Your heel could be on the line of scrimmage,
Right.
and you're behind it.
yeah, but if your torso, your upper body is behind it, and you're behind it.
yeah,
No,
Your foot could be over, but if
No,
your back is
your
behind
entire body except your heel could be past it, and
it.
you're
Oh, is your
and
one toe is on? You're still behind
and you're
it?
still behind
anything
it.
keeps you
I have a
on.
problem with that.
Which that's how it should be with offsides. you know?
I agree with that. The problem is like how do they like it's been called a certain way. I don't know.
It's like she wasn't cherry picking.
It's a
down
garbage
there.
rule.
Like to
It's
me,
garbage.
To me, the spirit of the rule is we don't want people just sitting down.
Standing
Yeah, you
20
don't want them
yards behind the
cherry
defense.
picking. You don't want
So,
cherry picking.
When my person
Lollygaggers.
beats your ass on the sideline and then I
Lollygaggers.
split the defense, I hate that that's called offsides.
yeah.
That
Lollygaggers.
was a great play.
Yeah, that drives you
I
nuts.
don't think Alex was cherry picking there.
You know what I hate in
No, Alex
youth
wasn't cherry
soccer?
picking there.
Okay, you know what I hate in youth soccer? What? So
Would you say you?
you,
You,
I said youth. I
the
said
Utes, when the Utes are playing soccer,
no. So
What was
I
that,
coached-
Joe?
I coached YMCA soccer. Right?
Utah, the Utes.
I coached YMCA soccer, and this one guy coached his team. They would keep somebody down on like offsides, and they don't call offsides in YMCA.
Right, no. Not yes.
And every play,
Just kick it to
they
him.
just kick it to him, and he could score. And I was like,
That's
"What the
lame.
fuck is going on here?"
That's when you get your kid. That's the leg breaker, and you say, Jimmy, that kid right there. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I finally told one of my kids. I said,
I didn't say it. He did. I didn't say it, America.
I had to start.
The
telling
guy,
one of
the guy
kids.
whose fan base freaking threw batteries at Santa Claus said it. Yeah, this guy.
Well, that's
Tanya
like-
Harding,
that's
I
when
need
no,
your,
that's
I
exactly-
need your services.
That's like when me and RJ were coaching YMCA basketball, okay? And you weren't allowed to steal, you weren't allowed to block.
Yeah,
But of course, whenever somebody did that shit to our kids, nothing was called. And I finally went over to our kid and I said, "You block that. Okay?
Yeah, so why wouldn't you?
Don't let him just shoot like
It's
that."
so
Is
stupid. Yeah.
Pull the coach Yost. You blitz
No,
all
no.
night.
No, but
they get one more pass. I'm gonna take every last
I
one.
can't remember that kid's name who was like really good. And there weren't a lot of kids.
We
that
had
were
one
really good.
player. We had one really good.
He was really
Yeah,
good.
he was good.
And I was like, just stay on him the whole time. I don't, because our kids weren't playing real defense.
Yeah.
But we had
They were
one kid
six.
that could
Well,
do
let's
it.
be
They were
honest.
6 and
Like
7 years old.
youth
They don't know what it
soccer
is.
it's funny to watch. It's hard to watch.
But
Youth
to have
anything.
somebody cherry picking,
It's like
in youth
it's like
soccer
a
is
mass.
horseshit.
It's like a mass of like 8 kids all standing in the same
And the worst
spot.
thing, the kid is cherry picking, scores a goal, and then he does his dance.
right? And
You're
they
like,
all
really?
run together.
Yeah, that's terrible.
All right. This is I think we've hit our cap
this
on
segment
soccer
one?
convo.
We're watching.
Oh,
This
no,
is
no,
a
yeah,
one.
we're still in.
We're still watching. So look, we're in Adonia down under, 1-1 in the 70. Is that the 71st minute?
Should be
71st
2-1.
minute. It should be 2-1. Alex Morgan got raped and pillaged on that one. That was
That
bullshit.
might be bad term.
So
Yeah, I might call it different. Might call that
think
It was
different.
a corner.
I think it was a bad call.
Yeah, no, I said it was a bad call.
Bad call. Raped
We
and
agree
pillaged.
on that part. The rape
Yes.
and pillage part. Maybe
Terrible.
we just said like.
That was an awful call. She got raped on it. It's terrible.
Yeah, okay. Now you
well,
continue to say
yeah,
she got raped.
that's not making
Raped.
it better. Awful.
I'm not saying I wanted Alex to get raped.
Not a great call. Okay.
I'm saying that. I'm saying that
Bill
ref.
Cosby.
I'm saying that
my
ref.
God.
Oh, don't you dare. You want a cocktail?
Oh my god! And the single viewer canceled the show today.
Cancel the show. They're now at 32 subscribers.
Oh,
Nice catch.
And there's
did somebody
one,
head butter?
one less person in this world.
Here come the
I am
theatrics.
jealous.
Here come the theatrics.
Well, let's see. What
No, I think it's a pretty rough shot here. Let's see.
please.
Nah. Nope. No.
Come on.
Soccer players.
Oh,
This is why no one watches your
She
sport.
got up quicker than the men.
yeah.
did.
Women's
The
soccer's not.
fucking
No, the men
oh
roll
my
like they've been
God.
shot. The men are like.
Stretcher.
Messi did it on the game
I
winner that
saw-
Messi
yeah.
took in his first game. He did it.
He's been
The
amazing.
guy touched his face.
He's
and
been
like,
amazing. He's been
know.
amazing.
Dude,
He
he
pulled a
looks
Kramer.
like
so
like
awesome.
a cartoon character when you see him run by people.
Yes. You're just
It's
like,
I know nothing about Messi. When I look at the field, it's like, oh, there he is.
he had
Running by the whole
he had dwarfism.
Did he really?
Yes.
Did he get his limbs stretched?
Yeah.
Shoot it!
She couldn't kick.
I don't
with
know
the
if
Couldn't
left.
kick it with the left hand foot again.
She did.
Then
but
she did it.
She got no
I
accuracy.
don't know
Why
if
didn't
he
she kick
had
it the first time when she was ahead of the
That's
I don't
her
know if he
Smith.
had the leg
It
stretch,
was
but
Smith.
Right here, watch this. Tell me why she doesn't kick this. Right there, kick it. Kick it! Doesn't kick it.
She doesn't have the left.
so
Sorry, Joel. What were you saying?
so when he's 13, he leaves home
Who?
for Argentina, Messi,
Oh, okay.
and goes to La Masia and
What is
is a
that?
resident academy for Barcelona. They pay for all of his treatments, all that stuff. So he early
He
start.
had to get treated.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise he would have been. He
dwarf?
wouldn't have been like
have been a
5'8"
midget.
or
So he
5'10".
was born as a dwarf.
He had like dwarf. I don't know if he was I don't know what the.
They're able to give you
definition-
drugs to change that.
and extend legs and do all kinds of stuff for him.
And this dude's like one of the best athletes in the world.
yes.
I gotta fact check this story.
No. It's,
Don't do it on that phone.
Yeah, here. Yeah, that phone will only give you
Yeah.
the New York Times point of view or something.
It'll tell
over
him.
there.
It'll just
The
tell you how
last
tall.
fucking bullshit you pulled up was a politician's article.
Well, but
She
your
wasn't
phone
lying, though.
is like only I
For,
think
it's rare. Politicians
It's
usually
only
are lying.
searched like Knicks, Mets, and Giants in its entire life. If you ask anything,
No,
else.
it'll give him just his height, his
Yeah.
current height. He's 5'9".
Yeah.
Who is?
Messi, 5'8", 5'9".
I thought he was 5'6".
All right,
What
I'm
is
just gonna. I'm
I don't
gonna
know what he is. I'm guessing. He's short.
The club offered 13-year-old Messi a spot on their team and even sponsored his medical treatment.
Growth
Yeah.
hormone disorder.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I said it was dwarfism, I didn't mean to.
His growth was
That's
stunted.
not dwarfism.
I didn't mean anything by
Dear
that.
God.
No, I didn't mean it like he suffered from he needed medical treatments because he would have been way smaller.
His growth was stunted.
I know,
Yes,
but
I
that's
have.
different from being a dwarf. Like, you can't change that. Right? Your limbs are different.
Oh,
you
no,
know
no,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like,
Different proportions.
I'm thinking of isn't there dwarfism?
Oh shit!
And then there's
oh shit!
Oh, tell me
Come
about
on, lefty,
it. She
lefty!
doesn't have it.
She doesn't have. She slows down on purpose.
Oh,
See,
man.
she did that all against freaking Vietnam. She could have beat the person left and then stopped
That
and
is
then
very
tries
obvious.
to check her.
That's very obvious.
Yeah, you saw it. That's what I'm talking about. She deliberately comes back to her right. Like, come on.
Somebody's saying that Dennis Rodman's daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter's on. She's on the other side.
She's on the
She's on the
What's
other
her
side.
name? Is it Rodman?
It's
Yes.
Rodman.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's her last name?
I thought she didn't talk to him.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if they have a relationship or not.
He hasn't written me a letter about it lately.
They just said it's his daughter.
Dude, you watch it. They haven't done spotlight stories on it. Fuck you.
They just said that, at least what I saw, they just said that she was his daughter, but they didn't talk about relationships or anything else.
I was at the bar the other night, and this guy said that. He was like, you know that's Dennis Rodman's daughter? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, no, I didn't. He was like, I mean, he doesn't want anything to do with her, but...
How does he know that?
Like,
yeah, how does he know that?
Like, what is
they've done stories on it. Okay. Although I don't know... I know I've seen stories on him and her, but I can't remember what the relationship is. I thought I remember them saying, like, she's at peace with who he is.
Not John?
Greatest rebounding power forward.
So he had a
ever?
growth hormone deficiency,
One of the greatest
a
defensive players
condition
ever.
caused by insufficient amounts of
He's
growth
all that.
hormone, leading to impaired growth and development.
Yeah. So Barcelona paid for his.
He had to be injected with growth hormones
Yeah.
in his leg each night when he was only 12.
Yep.
But his family was struggling to continue his treatment.
Yep.
That's when FC Barcelona came to their rescue. Wow.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Talk about overcoming the fucking odds.
Messi.
Yep.
Good old Messi.
And now he's got 3 goals in, 2 games?
Yep. And a World Cup.
And a World Cup.
And a bunch of Champion Leagues and La Ligas, and he's just amazing.
The boy good.
Where are they?
They're in Australia.
He's the greatest
Australia,
ever.
Yeah.
Messi is the greatest ever.
He's better than Ronaldo.
No.
Right?
I think the argument's like, is it Pele or is it Maradona? I don't even know where you
So
put
Ronaldo's
Ronaldo.
not even in there?
Well, sure, but where do you put all of those guys? Who knows?
What does
right?
Pele have? 3 World Cups?
He played in 5 World Cups. He was the first player to play in 5 World Cups, and he got shit treatment in those World Cups. That wasn't like
Didn't he invent the bicycle kick?
I don't know.
Wasn't
If
that
he
his?
I don't know if he invented it, but
He's the first
He's
one
the
I
one
ever
that
saw.
put it on the map.
Yeah.
yeah. But he got crap treatment, like, and if you go back and look at the history of the World Cup, it's crazy because there was a Brazilian that controlled it originally, and then it came to I want to say it's Sepp Blatter, and like FIFA and UEFA and Adidas, they were all like so corrupt in the process of like going from or like creating the World Cup, and I think Adidas actually owned all the TV rights and sold it through another company, which is insane to think about.
And we're watching the World Cup here. USA has been pretty much on the offensive most of this second half so far. And what? Oh, I don't know who that was, but she just took a digger.
So this actually says, while Rodman has not always had a relationship with some of his children, in recent years he appears to have made strides to be closer with his 3 children.
3 children?
So that guy might be full of it.
RJ, there's nothing you could say about Rodman that RJ is going to be like, yeah, when he was playing defense against the Celtics, I really liked him.
He knows he was a
there's
great
that bias.
I said
No,
he's the
he
best
does.
defensive
He
player
is,
I've
yeah.
ever seen.
But
That's how far I went.
He also beat up the Celtics pretty good at times, and they give it to him pretty good at times.
Celtics wiped their ass with them many times.
until
ass.
they didn't.
Until they got old, you mean, or injured? Which one was it?
Both. It was both.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember watching Larry Bird shit on him many times. So there you go, Dennis. Mister, he couldn't play. He'd play in Europe. What does it say about you, Dennis? Since he lit you up like a Christmas tree.
All right.
Yeah, you went there.
Out.
As a Knicks fan, I always hated Rodman.
Really?
Most people
Why?
do.
He was annoying as shit on whenever your team played him, you hated him because he was a pest.
You watch some of the hits he has on Scotty.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Get the
Who the hell
oh
was
my
that?
God.
Nice play. Whoever that was.
You know who? You know when I did root for Dennis Rodman? When he was playing against Karl Malone. I loved that he gave Karl Malone the business that entire series. He gave Karl Malone absolute fits.
Well, remember he started talking shit about Karl Malone and saying stuff like, because everybody's talking bad about Rodman. He's like, why is everybody on me? He's like, when Magic had AIDS, I'm not the one that said
yeah,
I
Karl
wasn't
Malone
going to play.
yeah,
He was like, Karl Malone said that.
yeah,
And I was like, ooh, he got a goddamn point.
yeah. Yeah, but I that's when I liked Rodman. When he took the moxie out, Karl Malone, I was like, all right.
It was almost like
I love that. I did
Rodman
love
also
watching
had
that.
a very vulnerable soft side.
Yeah.
That if you could get past all the antics and shit he did to annoy people on the court, he seemed it's almost like a Mike Tyson, like that love, like you can feel like
It's like Draymond.
there's a warm person inside.
It's like Draymond now. Well, Draymond's not as good as Robin, but it's like Draymond now. You have to look past all of the other stuff.
Maybe I haven't been able to look past his stuff yet.
Right.
Because I still don't like Draymond.
But I'm saying Draymond's kind of similar now. Well, the only difference with Draymond is I don't know that Dennis was ever that loud.
Dennis
Initially.
wasn't that loud.
Yeah, he was kind of.
He didn't get loud
Dennis
until
wasn't
later.
loud until after he started dating Madonna, and she
Yeah.
taught him how to market himself. That's when it changed. Before that, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was the quiet one.
Yeah. So that's the difference, I guess. Draymond's never really been quiet.
And all of a sudden,
has he?
one day he showed up. His head was. He was playing with San Antonio. His hair was red.
Well, I guess you could say the volume went up on Draymond too, right? Like he didn't start that way either, did he?
I think he was pretty loud in college.
Yeah.
Michigan
he was
State?
big in college. He was a bigger guy.
Well,
in
he was
college.
like their one.
He lost a ton of weight.
No way.
I think he was a better 3-point shooter when he first came onto their team too.
Dude, I would
Anyway,
say
we're
soccer like this is fun
engulfed.
to watch.
We're going to take a break segment. When we come back, segment 2, we're going to talk a little football. Training camp has started. Everybody's back in the building except for Josh Jacobs, I think, and we're still waiting on Dalvin Cook.
There's also, you see the Seahawks haven't signed their first round pick yet?
I'm saying there's some things we want to talk about.
I think
Anyway,
Seahawks are gonna be good this
you
year.
guys grab a drink. We're going to find Yoda, Betty, and what's his name over there?
Gino's
Joe
coming back.
Boo. And we will see
He might
you in
take a step
segment 2. And we will keep you updated on the Donnie
got
Down
a great
Under
receiving
1-1 Women's USA, Netherlands, and Adani. We'll talk to you in a side.